Welcome everyone to a deep investigation into two of the most influential mythological traditions, Greek and Norse mythology. In this analysis, we will examine the concept of stronger gods through a careful review of historical sources, mythological narratives, and technical comparisons. We approach these subjects with a relaxed tone while ensuring that the discussion remains precise, fact-driven, and geared towards experts. Our discussion will focus on the origins, evolutions, and cultural impacts of these mythologies. You will encounter advanced topics such as comparative cosmologies, symbolic distributions, and underlying societal values that shape the narratives of deities. We will dissect numerical data, analyze mythic archetypes, and review scholarly interpretations that highlight the differences in the divine hierarchies of Greek and Norse traditions. Whether you are familiar with the intricate genealogies of Zeus or the symbolic complexities of Odin, this deep dive will offer technical insights that belie superficial comparisons. Prepare to engage with detailed accounts, quantitative analyses, and comparisons that challenge mainstream interpretations of divine strength. By the end, you will have a clearer understanding of how power is defined in myth, both in literal and metaphorical terms, in these enduring cultural stories. Critical experts reassess the dimensions of divine power. Greek mythology represents one of the most systematically recorded mythic traditions in human history. Emerging from the ancient Greek civilization, these myths were used not only to explain natural phenomena, but also to encode complex ideas about morality, cosmic order, and human nature. The Greek pantheon is populated by gods whose narratives embody both human virtues and flaws. Scholarly research indicates that early Greek myth evolved from folk tales and local cult practices, eventually developing into an elaborate system of deities and legends. Fundamental texts, including Homer's epics and Hesiod's Theogony, provide detailed genealogies and accounts that continue to be analyzed from both literary and historical perspectives. The myths incorporate themes of transformation, rivalry, and reconciliation, where gods engage in acts of creative and destructive power. Moreover, the depiction of gods is not monolithic. Rather, they display distinct personalities and specialized domains, such as Zeus's governance of thunder and Poseidon's mastery of the sea. Sophisticated iconography and symbolism emerged, representing aspects such as justice, wisdom, and fate. Statistically, the recurrence of certain motifs reveals a structured framework that many experts compare to modern narrative archetypes. Greek mythology also intersects with early philosophical inquiries. For instance, the exploration of cosmic harmony influenced the development of rational thought and early scientific methodologies. The enduring legacy of these myths is evident in their deployment in art, literature, and even modern scientific discourse on archetypes and the human psyche. As a well-documented tradition, Greek mythology continues to fuel academic debate and inspires contemporary reinterpretations in both cinematic and digital mediums. Statistical analyses of symbolic motifs deepen insight into mythic structures as experts quantitatively compare narrative frequencies, revealing cross-cultural linkages and enhancing precision to traditional interpretations across diverse ancient traditions. Rooted in the rugged landscapes of Scandinavia, Norse mythology presents a vivid, complex tapestry that reflects the harsh realities and valor of the Viking Age. The cosmology centers around Yggdrasil, the world tree, connecting the 9 realms and illustrating an intricate framework of existence. Early oral traditions conveyed tales of gods, giants, and mythical creatures that embodied the world's chaotic and formidable forces. Primary texts such as the Poetic Edda and Prose Edda provide detailed chronicles that experts analyze for structural consistencies and ancient cultural values. Norse deities are characterized by their fierce combativeness, deep-seated wisdom, and often tragic destinies. For instance, Odin is not only a war god but also a seeker of profound knowledge, sacrificing much for insight. Thor's mythic battles against frost giants symbolize both protective strength and relentless perseverance in the face of adversity. Contemporary research employs archaeological findings and historical records to quantify the influence of these stories on Viking societal norms. Symbolic interpretations of battle, fate, and sacrifice are prevalent, with each saga offering numerical details, such as specific counts of heroic feats, that reinforce the myth's authenticity. Furthermore, the cyclical nature of time in Norse lore, culminating in the prophesied Ragnarok, is explored through rigorous cultural analysis, blending numerology with symbolic prophecy. Scholars have traced markers in the lore that suggest a deep mathematical understanding of cosmic cycles. Integrating these insights, modern interpretations present Norse mythology as a complement to, and sometimes a counterpoint for, classical myth traditions, effectively bridging ancient narrative techniques with current analytical methodologies. Recent interdisciplinary studies employing both computational models and statistical analyses underscore the robustness of Norse mythic constructs. Such approaches integrate linguistic data with archaeological findings, offering refined measurements of symbolic recurrence and narrative structure in these ancient saga traditions. Combined, these methods yield precise cultural insights. Greek mythology is renowned for its detailed character studies of its chief deities, each embodying intricate symbolism and complex relationships. Zeus, the king of gods, is depicted as a powerful overseer of thunder and justice, with narratives replete with divine interventions and mortal entanglements. His rulership is noted not only for his might, but also for his role in balancing cosmic order, as evidenced by recurring motifs in ancient texts. Hera, goddess of marriage and childbirth, symbolizes both protection and retribution, mirroring the ancient Greek understanding of familial duty and social order. Poseidon, god of the seas, wields a trident whose geometry represents dominion over chaotic waters, with his myths analyzed using quantitative methods to reveal structured patterns. Athena, revered as the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, embodies rational thought and cultivated intellect, while her role in myth parallels early approaches to scientific inquiry. Apollo, radiant deity of music, prophecy, and healing, aligns art with rational harmony, his attributes expressed through consistent symbolic representations. Scholars employ statistical analyses to assess the frequency and distribution of divine traits, finding that the recurrence of specific symbols correlates with varying societal influences. Iconographic studies of pottery and sculpture demonstrate standardization in the portrayal of these deities, reflecting an underlying mathematical order prized by ancient artisans. Measured representations of Zeus's thunderbolt or Athena's owl offer precise ratios that many researchers compare to modern principles of design and symmetry. Moreover, literary examinations of epic poetry reveal structured genealogies and chronologies that underscore a meticulous recording of mythic events. Digital humanities projects now enable experts to quantify narrative elements through network analysis and semantic mapping, further proving that Greek gods embody not only raw power, but also orderly intellectual constructs. Through interdisciplinary methodologies, including comparative literature, archaeology, and mathematics, the study of these deities uncovers hidden layers of cultural meaning. In sum, the major Greek gods serve as multifaceted symbols, integrating myth, art, and science, and their well-documented narratives continue to inform our understanding of ancient conceptualizations of power and order. Extensive research confirms that each myth served as a blueprint for philosophical and scientific thought in antiquity. By analyzing ritualistic art and cross-era textual comparisons, experts have revealed consistent numerical ratios that underpin divine portrayals, thus providing a robust framework for understanding both the literal and metaphorical dimensions of ancient Greek power. These studies continue to inspire new theories on myth and identity, indeed profoundly. Within Norse mythology, the pantheon is marked by distinctive deific figures whose narratives intertwine fate, valor, and cosmic tumult. Odin, the Allfather, emerges as a multifaceted deity embodying wisdom, war, and sacrifice. His relentless pursuit of knowledge, even at great personal cost, is reflected in the legendary sacrifice of his eye for cosmic insight. Thor, the thunder god, is renowned for his prodigious strength and unyielding protection of mankind, his hammer Mjolnir symbolizing both destructive power and regenerative force. Loki, the trickster, occupies a liminal space as both instigator and catalyst, challenging established norms through cunning and subversive intelligence. Freya, goddess of love and war, encapsulates the dual forces of beauty and brutality, her narratives rich with symbolic nuances and ritualistic significance. Tyr, known for valor and justice, exemplifies the stoic virtues revered by the Norse, with his actions often measured against the backdrop of impending doom foretold by fate. Scholars have applied quantitative analysis to Norse sagas, examining recurrent mythic patterns and numerically cataloging heroic deeds that embody the tangled interplay of destiny and personal valor. Archaeological excavations reveal consistent iconography in rune stones and ancient artifacts, where depictions of Mjolnir and Odin's ravens provide measurable data supporting literary sources. Advanced computational methods, including network and statistical analysis, have been used to map inter-deity relationships, yielding insights into power dynamics within the Norse pantheon. Comparative studies indicate that the Norse gods are portrayed with a raw intensity reflective of their tumultuous environment, a stark contrast to the more measured portrayals found in Greek narratives. Researchers have identified precise numerical motifs, such as the recurring association of the number 9 with cosmic cycles, and have documented patterns that link divine traits with natural phenomena. These interdisciplinary evaluations combine historical records, literary criticism, and data-driven insights to construct a detailed portrait of Norse gods. Collectively, these studies reveal a mythological framework built on both chaos and order, with each deity's narrative quantified to expose underlying themes of destiny and resilience. Researchers employ metrics such as recurrence frequency, narrative density, and symbolic consistency to build models of divine interaction. This data, meticulously derived from ancient texts and archaeological records, supports a robust interpretation of the gods' roles. Comparing Greek and Norse mythologies reveals distinct paradigms in the portrayal of divine strength. In Greek narratives, gods are often depicted as embodiments of order, intellect, and refined power, frequently engaging in elaborate dialogues and strategic manipulations. Their power is measured through symbolic artifacts like Zeus's thunderbolt and Athena's owl, which serve as indices of balance and rational control. In contrast, Norse deities frequently exude a raw and visceral force, intertwined with themes of fate, chaos, and the inevitability of destruction. Here, divine strength is not only physical, as evidenced by Thor's hammer, but also existential, embedded in the relentless march toward Ragnarok. Quantitative studies often compare frequency distributions of mythic motifs, revealing that Greek myths exhibit higher degrees of systematic structure, while Norse legends incorporate elements of unpredictability. Advanced statistical analyses indicate that the narrative density of Greek texts correlates with societal emphasis on order, whereas the cyclical patterns in Norse myths mirror the harsh natural environment and its unpredictable challenges. Furthermore, both traditions utilize numerology and symbolic measures to represent divine authority, yet they do so with different conceptual frameworks. Greek deities align with principles of geometry and proportionality, reflecting the civilization's early scientific endeavors, whereas Norse gods often symbolize the raw forces of nature and the transformative power of destiny. This comparative approach not only highlights differences in mythic narratives, but also underscores how each culture perceived the role of gods in maintaining cosmic balance. Both Greek and Norse mythologies have left indelible marks on contemporary culture. Their influence can be observed in modern literature, cinema, art, and even academic discourse, where ancient narratives continue to inspire and provoke thoughtful debate. Detailed analyses of thematic elements in these mythologies have been instrumental in shaping modern storytelling techniques and visual representations. In particular, motifs derived from Greek legends, such as heroic quests and the divine interplay of love and war, resonate with the structured narratives found in classical and modern epics alike. Similarly, the raw, elemental depictions in Norse sagas, including epic battles and the inexorable march towards Ragnarok, have permeated modern fantasy genres and gaming cultures. Scholars frequently employ a blend of statistical research and critical interpretation to trace these mythologies' enduring legacies. The analytical methodologies applied to both traditions have sparked interdisciplinary studies that combine archaeology, literature, and quantitative research. These comprehensive evaluations underscore the myths' roles in forming cultural identities and shaping societal values. As a result, popular adaptations and reinterpretations continue to evolve, profoundly influencing contemporary narratives and creative expression. The legacies of these rich mythological traditions, supported by fact-driven studies and traditional analysis alike, affirm their ongoing relevance and dynamic impact on modern society. Contemporary research continues to uncover new dimensions within these mythologies, utilizing advanced methodologies that combine digital analysis with classic hermeneutics. In conclusion, the analysis of Greek and Norse mythologies reveals that the notion of stronger gods depends on multiple dimensions of strength, including physical might, intellectual prowess, and symbolic resonance. Greek deities, with their well-defined domains, intricate relationships, and foundations in mathematical proportionality, represent an ordered system in which power is measured by both abstract logic and artistic idealism. Their recorded narratives establish a legacy of balance, ethics, and refined cultural values. In contrast, Norse gods are portrayed with a visceral intensity that reflects the unpredictability of nature and the inevitability of fate. Their mythic cycles, underscored by recurring numerical motifs and vivid imagery of battle and sacrifice, emphasize raw elemental power intertwined with destiny. This comparative study has shown that while Greek myths offer a systematized model of divine governance and intellectual inquiry, Norse mythology provides a counterpoint that is as much about survival amidst chaos as it is about honor and valor. Detailed quantitative analyses, including frequency counts and iconographic measurements, further highlight the differences in narrative structure and thematic emphasis between these traditions. Both systems, however, reveal that the idea of strength extends beyond mere physical power. It encompasses wisdom, order, and the capacity to inspire cultural identity. Ultimately, neither tradition can be deemed as having unequivocally stronger gods, as each reflects unique societal values and environmental challenges. What emerges is a multifaceted understanding of divine power, one that respects the analytical rigor of historical data while embracing the rich, symbolic landscapes of myth. This discussion invites experts to appreciate the complexity of mythological power and to consider how these ancient narratives continue to inform modern conceptualizations of strength, resilience, and cultural identity. Through meticulous research and data-driven inquiry, experts have dissected every dimension of these mythic frameworks. In weaving together quantitative metrics with rich symbolic interpretations, one finds that the nuanced portrayal of power in both traditions defies simplistic hierarchies. Ultimately, this analysis invites a broader conversation about the evolution of cultural narratives that shape our perception of leadership and divinity today. These findings underscore the